I found out at that moment, nothing in life is promised except death.
So why do we live like we have unlimited time? It's funny that Kanye West video showed up during the week I was having a existential crisis. And it didn't happen because I seen a video about us dying, but more of I gave myself the existential crisis. And I literally did it by just closing my eyes. I don't remember exactly what I was doing or why I started thinking about it, but I closed my eyes and saw nothing. And I had this random thought, is this what being dead is like? And obviously, I have no idea. Nobody does. But then my brain made the mistake of continuing that thought. And for some reason, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Because how do you actually imagine not existing? Can you imagine darkness? Can you imagine an empty room? Because how do you actually imagine not existing? You can imagine darkness, you can imagine an empty room, you can imagine floating through space, but you're still there. You're still experiencing it. Even when you close your eyes and see darkness, there's still someone seeing the darkness. You. So I started trying to imagine what it would be like if there wasn't even a you there to experience anything. And my brain just couldn't do it. Because how are you supposed to imagine something when imagining it requires you to exist? And that's where I started going down the rabbit hole. And the thought changed. Instead of thinking about eventually not being here, I started thinking about how insane it is that I'm here right now. Out of every possible period in human history, this is the one I get to experience. Think about it. For most of human history, there were no smartphones, no internet, no YouTube, no FaceTime, no Google. Even things that feel completely normal to us will look like magic to someone from a few hundred years ago. I could literally pull out a little piece of glass out of my pocket right now and press on someone's name and almost instantly see their face from the other side of the world. And we barely even think about it. Even sometimes I get annoyed when it takes a few seconds to load, which is crazy. And technology is moving so quickly that even our childhoods feel different. You don't have to go back 500 years, just go back a couple of decades. Phones were completely different. I literally had a phone from Walmart. They used to do this pre-charged line thing at Walmart, and they had those horizontal flip phones. I used to have one of those. Even my ringtone, I used to record my ringtone from like music playing from the TV, which is funny, which makes you feel old now that we're bringing it up. The internet was completely different as well. Social media barely resembled what it is now. If I remember correctly, the only social media there was back in like 2 decades ago was just MySpace. That was like Instagram and TikTok back then, literally. And even modern AI wasn't something ordinary people were casually using every day. Now we're watching some of these technologies develop in real time. And I started thinking, what is the world going to look like when I'm old? What will exist in 20 years? Even 40 years from now, how will everything look? What things are we using today that our kids are going to look at the way we look at old VHS tapes? Maybe they'll laugh that we had to physically drive cars. Maybe the phones we're obsessed with today will look like dinosaurs to them. Maybe AI becomes something completely different from what we're seeing now. Maybe something gets invented that neither you nor I could even describe today. We just don't know, and we won't get to watch it happen. And that's where the original thought comes back, because I don't get to see all of it. None of us do. There was already an enormous story happening before we even arrived, and there will be an enormous story after we're gone. Think about how badly you want to show someone from 1826 the world in 2026. Now let's reverse that. Imagine someone from 2226 visiting us. What would they show us? That's the part that messes with me. I'll never know. At some point, the story keeps going without me. And when I first really thought about that, it kind of scared me. We spend most days acting like we're going to be here forever. And honestly, maybe we have to. You can't wake up every morning having an existential crisis while brushing your teeth. You got things to do. We got bills to pay. We got places to be like work and school. We got people to see. So we just go ahead and live our normal lives. We complain about traffic. We also get angry when the Wi-Fi stops. We also spend 20 minutes deciding what we want to eat. And at the end of the 20 minutes, you pick the same usual place you pick every week. We also argue with strangers online. Some of us watch TikTok for an hour. And meanwhile, we're experiencing this unbelievably tiny window of history that we'll only ever get once. The strange thing is, the thought that originally scared me eventually made me appreciate being here more. I still don't get the concept of death. I don't think anyone truly does. And if I think about non-existence for too long, yeah, my brain still doesn't like it. But maybe I was asking the wrong question. Instead of obsessing over what it's going to be like when I'm not here, maybe the crazier thing is that I am here right now. I happen to exist during this tiny slice of history where I get to see technology change. I get to meet people. I get to make dumb mistakes. I also get to laugh. I get to remember things. And I also get to wonder what happens next. It's funny. This entire thought started because I closed my eyes and I tried imagining nothing. And somehow, thinking about nothing made me appreciate everything more. Maybe I'll never understand what it means to not exist. Maybe the human brain isn't even capable of truly imagining it. But one thing's for sure, I know what existing feels like because I'm doing it right now. And so are you. Out of thousands of years of human history, our lives happen to overlap. You're somewhere watching this video, and I'm somewhere making it. Both of us watching the world change, having absolutely no idea what's coming next. And one day, neither of us will be here to see what happens. But today, we are. And when you really stop and think about it, that's pretty crazy too. But that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. It was a little bit on the short end. If you guys liked it, and maybe you guys have experienced the same thing as me, and if you have, I don't know, leave me your thoughts down below and let me know how it felt like or if you're still going through it. But eventually, we just gotta keep it pushing and keep living, you know? And if you haven't yet, please check out the other videos I've made. They're pretty cool, especially my coffee one. I really enjoyed making that one since I love coffee so much. I'm even drinking one right now. And we also recently reached 6 subscribers, which is pretty great. I think I'm about to reach a month of doing these videos and I only got maybe about 8 or 9 videos. And we just keep growing, you know, it's pretty amazing. And I'm really appreciative over my 6 subs that we got. And I know we're gonna for sure keep growing. So I just wanted to give those first 6 subs a shout out. But that's enough of me yapping. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe. I love y'all. Bye.